Like,
this really is Na'Vi, dude. This is full Na'Vi right here.
Bring it on, boys. Bring it on. Alright, so let's just run through our lanes very quickly, because Na'Vi are going to do something which is going to mean we don't get a single kill, and that's the fact they're going to run their entire team underneath the observer ward. This is towards the range with any vision on the high ground to deward it. So lane-wise, we have at this point an off-lane Brewmaster. Looks like he's just putting down a board for the moment. We have Shadow Shaman down here on the off-lane too, with Garter as that Rubik. They're switching up. The Tide's going to move towards the bottom lane, and the Brewmaster is moving north, and that leaves maybe as a Templar Assassin in middle lane. While Na'Vi are going to run an aggro tri-lane by the looks of it, with FNG and Vanskor, the two supports, VS and Skyrim respectively. Horst will be the Faceless Void. Dendi actually going to go for a mid-solo Pudge here, leaving Funnick on the bottom lane. And I added a little bit of a different tone to that, mainly because I've also seen Dendi run Pudges on safe lanes when he feels like he's trying to get to like a real safe point with his build, and then he'll go ganking, and then you rotate a support into the lane to take over for it. But yeah, it will be mid solo Dendi.
So this is a very detailed note, or a precise one rather. Anytime I see a Pudge getting picked at all, I always see the difference in build. It's either starting with a Stealth Shield and one less branch, or going for the Gauntlet of Strength and getting a full inventory of branches. I don't actually know what's the most efficient, but I feel like against Templar Assassin you really want a Stealth Shield. But we'll have to see. Dendi's experienced in this matchup. As a matter of fact, he's probably the most experienced player of all in Pudge matchups.
So actually just looking at this, like, maybe I would agree with you that like a Stout Shield would be a nice option for him. But I got a funny feeling that Dendi's just going to get a little greedy about this. You're seeing the reason why we would say Stout Shield when you have like Sideblade hits like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think Dendi is just saying, oh, I'll just weather the storm up against TA. My supports will rotate in and try and gank her up anyway, and that's when I'll get my advantage. And if I'm half low, then maybe we'll be a little bit too far out. The pings are still coming out right now from Dendi saying, yo, guys, get your asses back here. Use your smoke. Get the kills. Concussive shot, refraction just wore off. There's a fresh new one, which kind of makes this gank almost impossible unless Dendi's on top of it. Yeah, I got a feeling this is just a bit more of a rush up into his next stage items. He accepts the fact that like maybe he can't win the CS battle directly, so he goes a different route.
Well, that's actually the thing, and it's so nice that the supports were missing off the map and maybe have to stay back, because for a Pudge to beat TA, you can only do it at level 3. The only time is actually right here when you get a second creep wave, and you're supposed to have a creep advantage and just all in on the TA with Rod and Hook. And most of the time you can kill it with a Stealth Shield even if you're tanking the creeps. But right now the HP difference is too great, and maybe played it way too safe that Dendi can't find an opportunity because the creep wave have established an equilibrium. As a matter of fact, maybe he's got the advantage now because he's got 2 creeps on his hill. Meanwhile, at the top lane, looks like there might be some action, but as I say that, FNG picks up an Invis Rune and decides to head over his way to mid.
Yeah, initially they're looking towards the top lane, but the smoke wore off the second they arrived there, so everything got revealed about what was going on. And maybe, well, okay, they need a little bit more help here. He's coming up looking for the 2-minute rune, realizes it's not there.
Yeah, he's so smart. That's actually so smart, and I'm so surprised that Dendi actually didn't just rush over to him as soon as he checked the rune, because that might have been a kill.
Oh, they're coming. The hook's going to be right on target. Drag him back in again. Look how quickly those refraction charges disappear, and they trigger off the dust. They brought everything, and even the courier as well. Oh, this is big. Oh, that's really big. That had his bottle in it.
Goodness.
That was his bottle courier as well. It's gone for 2 minutes.
Ooh, that hurts. Oh, I felt that here in Canada, man. Oh my. That is painful.
This is not the start that we're searching for. This is not the start that LGD we're searching for. And that's just momentum building. Like, you've got almost a full level now over on the Pudge. The supports had a successful rotation, not to mention the huge amount of injection of money they're getting. So then on top lane, well, if FNG can get there in time to get the sun off, in fact, Horst is making sure it's going to happen. There's more orbs flying out, Funnick will TP in, they sprout in front of him. Of course, that doesn't actually help because FNG is still not in range with orb attack damage. There's your magic missile, and there goes your Brewmaster. One lance clap, but the Faceless Void still gets the hit in. With the assistance of the Nature's Prophet, who already won the CS on his lane. Like, Funnick is 19-10 up against a 12-for-1. Like, he's just trying to get some, well, someone give this guy clarity. Whereas he's going to walk all the way back to base instead. But great rotations coming out from Na'Vi, giving them a very big advantage over LGD early on.
Yeah. I'm not too sure how worth it was for the Prophet to actually TP up there. I mean, it was definitely necessary for the kill because his right clicks did a significant amount of damage. But overall, the supports are still relatively low level. But that's about to change. It depends entirely on whether they get the kill on the TA here for the second time or not. And as I say that, TA is rotating to the bottom lane just to get this rune.
Do they have enough control to kill him? If he backtracks enough, he's got 4 stick charges and then leap. Okay, I was waiting a little bit longer. The shock's gonna be there.
Oh, right on.
He didn't backtrack any of that. And now LGD can finally get themselves a kill, but it's not flame void. Is what they really killed off. I know like he was technically being supported by the tri-lane at the start, but when Funnick's doing this well, especially when he grabs himself a DD rune, he's able to force the tide back. What middle lane in the meantime looks like maybe has been hooked in. FNG has no stun, but there's no real mana left for maybe to keep fighting on this mid lane.
Yeah.
And Dendi's looking for another hook.
Get hooked though.
Well, a little bit too premature from Dendi. And he'll send the courier back.
Wow. Intense lanes all around. The nice thing for Havost at top just now though is that after he died there was like a 2.5 creep wave buildup, so when he TP'd in he actually didn't lose any EXP.
Well, that's a big thing for Void, especially considering he's getting very close to that level 6. So once Chrono's up, and he'll have that Chrono before Brewmaster will have it. But we should probably also take into account too, well again middle lane, this time Dismember, FNG, follow-up stun. Man, no refraction charge will help him from that, and a point-blank range hook from Dendi is able to connect.
Middle tower
but just talking about like Navi's output of damage, even if Brewmaster does find his level 6, like you still got Chrono, you still got Seal, and you can couple that up quite easily once the Chrono's first able to connect. And you got Funnick with Wrath of Nature, so you got bonus damage coming out from him as well.
Yeah. Honestly, that's always the uncertainty facing up against the Pudge with TA, or facing up against any heroes with TA and when your enemy supports are ganking you. Like, when you get behind in a lane like this, the kill pressure is just so high that this just happens over and over again, right here.
Yep. Into the Dismember, the Rot's doing the work. FNG was the small amount of setup for this one. Dendi's going to back himself up. He realizes how much damage maybe could technically deal to him. So let's Funnick and FNG finish the job, but he still gets the extra points up for the Flesh Sheep for later on. And now you've even forced a rotation out from the Tidehunter into the middle lane. But at this point, when Dendi's already got this many kills, like they've actually smoked up so they can walk back to base a little bit faster. Whoop, hello. Void skill of Shadow Shaman. That actually gave him a Chrono now too. But yeah, this is normally the point where Dendi would run a safe flame punch. Yeah, bottle, turn, smoke, and just go to town. I mean, he just searches for kills, but he's running a safe lane build because he's got so much money that it doesn't really matter. And now, Garda, perfect hook into Dismember, and maybe can't save him. We have a killing spree. This is a 3-0 Pudge, and now there's support coming in, and maybe the Rabbit could get committed. But really, Dendi is still so tanky. He's got 1,200 line points. A hook to connect it to the Templar Assassin. Funnick, no Sprout available. No extra stun from FNG until now has come off cooldown. You've got the Shadow Shaman walking forward. But FNG now is just like, well, okay. Hook. Yeah, he got him. Perfectly lined up, and then a double Sprout as well. Man, there's just so much damage. LGD deck, they are getting crippled. They're getting completely destroyed by this lineup of Na'Vi. FNG on 7 line points. He's moving up into the tree line. He knows the support's going to be coming in, and actually maybe he finished his TP. The dust will trigger the Mel Strike into Dendi. Vanscore somehow still not level 6 after all these kills. But Na'Vi go 10-1 at 8 minutes into their first game here in the WEC.
Who would have predicted Na'Vi to play like this? Wow, what a surprise.
It's refreshing though. It's so refreshing to see them do something like this.
Yeah, you know what's more refreshing is the fact that they've been doing it consistently over the last 2 weeks of matches, and it works every time almost. They're about to get another kill again. This TA has no idea. Well, she might have an idea as she backs, so that was a really, really nice move of awareness from her. But the smoke is still there, Toby.
I got a funny feeling that smoke's always going to be on cooldown for Na'Vi.
Yeah, you betcha.
It's really letting him move, and we always remember like why the Pudge was initially like. You think about TI3. Like TI3, I think was probably going to be the best example. We are able to run like chaos lineups up against the Chinese, and they just don't know how to react. You think, okay, well, there's a Pudge on the field. Well, we never play Pudge. The Chinese, like, I don't think there's really any players in China right now which you can class as like big Pudge players apart from well, black. And
That's not a Chinese dude.
no, he's not. No, he's not. But it's these heroes which just push you out of your comfort zone. And LGDC deck are definitely not comfortable in this game.
No, certainly not. They've definitely never been exposed to this type of pressure and aggression coming out of Navi, and they're getting a good first-hand experience right now, and they better take a very big note of it because round 2 is coming up very soon.
But Dendi right now, he doesn't even care about like round 2, let it come. This guy's been involved in 7 kills so far. When he actually gets up in the levels too, we should flag that one, that Dendi's going to get a hell of a lot of life points when he starts actually leveling Flesh Heap.
Yeah. You know what else also? Actually, I was clicking here his hero, and maybe I clicked on the wrong hero. It's a Tidehunter, never mind. He's rushing the mech on his team without the mana boots. I'm not too sure how well that's going to work out, but that's LGD trying to adapt to the situation and saying, okay, we're actually dying too much.
Top lane, they got Vanscourt, the Chrono, however, the Prophet Ulti is bouncing through. That's a lot of damage into the Rubik. The Shackle's over on Vanscourt, but the Seal, he's still got it off on the Brewmaster. Brewmaster has a split, but Dendi, he's come into the fight, got the hook shot straight away. The Brewmaster split's actually been used, and they're like, well, why not fight? The Fire Brewling, we bring it down so Vanscourt will live. Yeah, she's sealed for some reason over on the Storm Brewling, just trying to make it so they can't send someone like Dendi up and towards the air like that. But he's immune at the moment. And now you got Funnick sprouts up perfectly on the Brewmaster. Clap will go, and the hook again from Dendi. He keeps finding the line for it. The Vor's also able to time walk himself out this one. The Seal's over on maybe more orb attack damage flying his way. Not to mention, every time he seems to refract up, he's got a Dendi rotting right next to him. And FNG's coming in again. There's the magic missile stun. Dendi, the line is not quite right to get the hook shot over. The Funnick will come in instead. The Mel strike, but the blade melt from Funnick. Look at the damage even being put into the Tidehunter just then. Funnick will die. But it's still been a trade-off. They blew the Ravage to this. FNG's got another stun available. Dendi's also sitting back at not full life points, but full mana.
Middle tower
and LGDC deck, they just keep bringing more resources up to this top lane to try and defend up against Navi's aggression.
I'm not sure if that's the right idea. If they even try to formulate a push from this, it would be a disaster as well, because this Pudge right now sitting at level 10 could shut down anything by himself, especially without the Panda ultimate. And wisely, they decide to just rotate into the jungle, slash their lanes to get their farm up, because they desperately need some farm right now to fight up this Navi lineup.
I don't know where they're supposed to find it though, because we're at a point right now with, sure, they've lost no tier 1 towers, but this Pudge doesn't even care about tier 1 towers anymore.
No, he actually wants them up so they can spend time to come closer to him.
Look at that. Is FNG actually playing bait for Dendi? I kind of feel that was the case. So. Like, he was up at a point right there that Shaman or Rubik would have really felt like they would just run after him and have like a guaranteed kill.
I don't know, man. This support VS...
They're in trouble. They're in trouble. Mystic Flare, the Prophet ulti was also triggered for that one. They steal him up and they're diving the Tide in the bottom lane. Sync Charges will keep him alive for the moment, but that makes a long way away from being completed. Garda with a pick up from Vanscourt and the Fateful, able to get a revenge kill. In the meantime, in middle lane, looks like the tier 1 tower has gone down, but it's going to be Garda to die in the bottom lane. He stole Sprout to try and keep Funnick away. But it doesn't work at the end of the day, and Funnick, well, the TA trap will go. He's got to TP himself out right now. And starts it, and he's away. Actually, what the hell? Funnick, he TP'd to the top lane. The Chrono will go. That'll get a kill over from the Shadow Shaman. The Brewmaster ulti was used, but Dendi, he just purchased himself a Blink Dagger. He's waiting, you can see the Earth Ruling. He's gonna get the timing for it. Nah, well, there's no Blink. Trying to dodge, just runs in, gets the hook, rots him up, and then finishes him with a dismember. Started with a D, but he got the D.
Yeah. I mean, it's Dendi, man. If anybody gives the D, that's him for sure, but this game is just an overall domination. We look at Dendi's inventory right now. He's got the Blink Dagger.
The only downside is he bought it at his base shop, so it's not flying out to him. This is like the big downside. But the big upside is the fact they're now going to take a tier 1 tower on the top lane. The trade-off's trying to be made in the bottom lane, but this TA pick just has not worked at all.
Oh man.
And she has no momentum. Like, the TA is sitting at 3.9k net worth up against a 6.2 Prophet, a 6.2 Pudge, and a 5.6 Faceless Void. Her Vorce is even 4 for 1 in this game. I also want to ask you a question right now. What's going on with Nature's Prophet when he gets a double null talisman and rushes a blade mail?
It's a good build. Hey, said it the other day, and I think some other pros have already talked about it too. It started in Europe.
TA.
It's actually good.
Nah, the hook won't latch. Mass Serpent wants to drop too, but he's just going to get farmed up. VS already swapping back in, maybe. There goes your Mystic Flare. Solo and Dendi. Short range blink. The Prophet Wrath of Nature is too much, man. Just tap it out. Tap it out. Mercy, please. Mercy. 21 to 4.
Yeah, I don't normally want to call it too early, but this is just not gonna get any better for them. I think LGD C-Deck might want to commit to one more team fight with both their big ultimates, but as it stands, this game, that laning phase though, it was just the
laning phase was over before it began. That's what happened. It was just over.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, when that courier with the bottle died and TA got first blooded, that is nail in the coffin right there.
That was the time, man. That was the time. Shadow Shaman. That's a haste. That's a haste rune touch. He's gonna make a decision on who to hook. Dendi. Hook rate decreased. Hook rate definitely decreased. Now Brewmaster jumps in, goes to split for Chrono again. It keeps the tide out. They send the void up and towards the air. The Funning try and battle up the hook, saving FNG this time around. The fire brilling is down. The Ravage still available. The horse leaves himself away. She's trying to be swapped out by FNG, but then the Ravage will still connect on both the heroes. And they're chasing it down a little bit further. It looks like concussive shot stolen, and Vanscourt lets the ulti rip guard walk into it. Then he's solely for a secondary hook, but he's the only player left alive. And now you see classic Navi. You get a very good start, but you throw a hell of a lot away.
Yeah, Dendi actually, I don't know, I feel like he could have played a little bit of a bigger part in that fight there, but as it stands, I think he was just concerned that they lost the fight anyway and didn't want to go for anything extra. But regardless, they tried, and LGD C-Deck finally pulled off what they had wanted to do with their pick. The game plan was to use Tidehunter Ravage as well as the Panda ultimate to start the fight, have Rasta wards for a tower follow-up in any scenario, and looks like they're getting that.
But once again, coming. Then he's looking for a way he can just hook someone out of position. FNG already sealed up. There goes your hook over on fire. So the Rubik taking out this play for now, and they got an extra steal over on the Brewmaster. He's got no ult, but they know how fast they can kill him. Whoop, that was a little bit of miscommunication. But then he will still get the kill, and he's chasing down after Tidehunter. Horse in the meantime just been chilling a little bit further down, but with the Mystic Flare, they mop up the life points of the Brewmaster. So even though LGD C-Deck do take a tower, Na'Vi take almost a fully flawless genocide against LGD.
Yeah, 25 to 8 is the score, 16 minutes in, that's a total of 33 kills. We're looking at 2 kills every minute right now. In the first 16 minutes only.
Not too shabby, man. Not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
Denny's enjoying it. Now his second point up in Flash Heap, he goes up to 1800 life points, 17 minutes in.
I mean, the way to describe this team, honestly, like, the only thing I can think of is that, like, for these guys, aggression is just a drug, and every game they just overdose on it like crazy. I don't see them stopping, ever.
That's wonderful, man. It's absolutely wonderful. Also, while we got a moment, it's going on in chat right now. If you want to win yourself some free res, courtesy of Dota 2 Lounge, who are supporting the live stream here at Join Dota, please subscribe to the channel, which is our Join Dota channel. So you get all the Join Dota channels here, as maybe he's going to look to get all the life points of Funnick. Funnick. Actually, he's got Blade Mail, and there's no BKB or maybe, and now he's TPing out. Well, that's a useless time. Yeah, but if you're a subscriber to our Join Dota channels, if you subscribe to any of them, you'll get red, blue, green, and our community channel, all 4 of them, and you get our wonderful emotions too. But we do raffle giveaways, so we give away res. For every code you get, I believe, 5 res at the moment, and we may be bringing in some Techies Arcana giveaways as well in the future. So subscribe yourself up, and we'll try and give you more free shizzle right here on our Twitch channels. And also, it does support everything we're doing, our whole new studio and everything else we're trying to build here, and create bigger things at Join Dota. Yeah, your support, your support is what gets us there. So thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing. Hope you enjoyed the freebies.
So to be completely honest, I don't actually like the pickup that Dendi did here. It's the Yule Scepter. How it works is it guarantees the hook for a bug all the time, because I'm not sure if it's a bug or intended, but regardless, it's been covered many times that you can hook a target in Yules, But I think like this game, if he just went BKB Shivas, and I know that's a lot of money, but just progressing towards those items, it would just make him such a force in the team fights because he's already so tanky. And if they can't bring him down, this rod is just gonna disrupt the entire team fight.
That's not the way though that Dendi plays his Pudge. Like this is a high maneuverable Pudge. He doesn't stop for anything. And you're seeing it right now. Like LGC deck are trying to force Na'Vi into a trade. I guess they're trying to force the top tier 2 tower, and Na'Vi won't care. They know the fortification is down for LGC deck, so they just go high ground. They beat into the tier 3 tower. They have no Brewmaster jumps in, the hook off target there from Dendi, and Brewmaster's coming after a Vorst. We'll get the stun, but there's the Aegis Immortal over on this face. Is Void Fan score a little bit far into position, never got the Mystic Flare off. There's fake punches everywhere, and the Brewmaster is actually chasing after FNG now. Able to get the stuns off, back to his normal self, so clap away, but then again VS able to get the stun off. There's 5 heroes chasing now, and Chrono, it hits on 3. The seal actually stolen by Garden, gets hooked down the Frost finisher. Oh, bounce through, now they're having for ball. The Aegis will finally be triggered on him. And FNG taking the party west. While Vorst is in there, hook back out again. Shadow Shaman, one rod with death. Vorst needs a time walk away, able to do so away from Master More. Didn't dismember on maybe, and Funnick just lending that extra attack damage. The Urn Charge lets him tick out maybe here, or should. He's bottling up quite nicely in between it. And then he's still got this hook available, blinks himself down, finds the line, but then no! For the cause! The Brewmaster jumps in, the Prophet Ulti, and she denies himself as well! Dendi killing up the Templar Assassin, almost had the Brewmaster dead to rights as well. How decent they played as well as they possibly could. The bonus damage from the right of nature they weren't expecting.
Mid-tower.
Yeah, easily sniped. Fence goes back for revenge. Same for Funnick. There's 3 of them in middle lane. And with no TA up, and the Brewmaster with no... Actually, he's up, sitting up on the top lane with no TP scroll. He's trying to push the lane out as far as he possibly can before he has to buy one and come back.
My oh my, a hectic fight yet again. As expected of Na'Vi, although Vanscore was dead, LGD have decided to commit themselves upper hill into their own jungle. And as soon as that Ravage missed, that should have been their tell to back, but they decided to keep around the wards because it was the most safe positioning. And you can't really run away from a putt with Blink Dagger that easily, so it's understandable how the fight went down. It was extended, and unfortunately they did lose out due to the return of a couple of heroes.
There's a full BKB on a Prophet 21 minutes into the game.
Yeah, he is stacked. This guy won't die in the fight.
11,000 net worth. 11,000 net worth. Denny's actually falling behind right now with that. Like, it's hilarious. If they kill him off, that's a hell of a lot of money. Denny, technically, like, that full death is a denial. I still don't know why these things count. I still don't know why it counts. It's not a kill for LGD and it's not a death, really, for the Pudge. It should be like, you have an extra denial counter. But he's 12-1-7 right now. So he's actually worth a hell of a lot of money if they can kill him. And maybe that might be enough to just push maybe over, well, he's almost finishing into the BKB. But the problem is still Dismember's going to go through BKB. Chrono's still going to stop inside the BKB.
Yeah, it's definitely mostly the Chronosphere. Like, if he gets the Chrono before the BKB even procs, then you know he's dead meat. So it's going to be really rough for him. A lot of pressure on him to just cast his spells, and already we've seen it getting locked down so much that I'm not even sure if I can expect much out of this Templar Assassin anymore.
Dendi, perfect.
Nice one.
The Observer Ward set up for it perfectly, which is up on the hill, and yeah, you're seeing LGDC they pick it out right now. But at the same time, it's not going to stop it. Funnick is pushing into the top tier 2 tower.
Is under attack.
The mid-ranks is obviously still not down yet, but looks like Dendi is confident to stand here. Man, this guy's got 2,400 life points, and he is going to get your BKB. But
yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, they don't have enough damage like, with anybody.
No, they can't bring him down right now. There's no way. Yeah. Like, all 5 of them focusing might be able to kill him, but when it comes to a proper team fight, like, you can't take this guy down.
Look at him. Blink heals up. He goes in the Shadow Shaman. But the Tide was hovering right behind that Shaman. Where they're keeping him split. Like, if Vorst knows he's got Chrono and BKB to protect him, Funnick also knows too, wherever he goes, he'll always have his BKB up his sleeve. Even if VS has picked up a Vit booster this early on. And on the Courier coming in, more Observer Wards. But I don't know if Na'Vi could even lose this game. They're 20,000 gold ahead, they're about 16,000 on the experience as well. The control is perfect. Yields again.
23 minutes.
Looking for the hook. And he got it. Straight into the seal and Dismember.
Oh, that corner though.
3 in it. Mystic Flow's going to drop on the time because he's still got the core against his ulti off. He's thinking about it, but then most of them BKB to pass him before. Who never actually uses BKB. Hooks off target from Dendi and now ties on the front lines, dishing out a lot of damage, at least Brewmaster. Able to get that split off, but look at Funny too. Triple kill for him. He's sat on the edge, just dishing out the damage. Now you'll turn back in. He keeps getting sun up by weapon of force. Back into engagement. In the crap out of 10 for us. That's while Danny is spinning around, maybe right round. Ultra kill for Funny. He'll die in the 3, or maybe he won't. He's tanking up. He'll turn back in and look for a rampage, and there it is. Maybe it's caught. Currently injured, and now he kills himself. It's a double rampage. The blade barrel up, and he attacks him for a double rampage. Worth it, 100% worth it for Na'Vi. They will take mid-ranks now, and they'll probably even take game number 1.
Wait a second, did I just see a double rampage on 2 heroes?
No, it's a double rampage on Fun.
Oh, okay.
It's a double rampage on Fun, but it seems the computer's actually broken it right now, and it's a permanent rampage on the screen. It's not even the screen.
Yeah, you're right. Rampage for everyone.
The never-ending rampage, and it's Na'Vi's game number 1. Forces the DG call out from LGDC there, and we'll end the game. It is done perfectly. That's the way to actually describe it. It is just a rampaging game number 1.
Yeah. So Toby, that was Na'Vi's looking pretty good.
Yeah. Let's see how they're doing game number 2, however. One snowball lineup works in the game, but a lot of work in a second. Stay, we'll find out.